Jay, so great to see you. How are you and how's it been going during this crazy time in our lives?
Lovely to see you as well. I'm well, thank you. It's been everyone in my family is happy and healthy, so we have zero complaints. I've just gotten to increase my intake of cinema, which was already at all world levels anyway. So it's been a good
Yes,
thing.
fantastic. Listen, congratulations on this movie. And my God, what a terrifying, wild ride. Based, of course, on the comic book. What was the impetus for you? I know that they approached you to write it. You never really were intending to direct it. It's been a 10-year journey, but finally it's here. I mean, you must be so thrilled.
Yeah, beyond proud. I It's one of these things that started off as, for lack of a better term, an assignment, and in just in working on it, it became our baby. It became sort of somewhere between our baby and a sort of shared additional limb that Jesse and I had. But yeah, it just time, and every time that an opportunity where we came close to making it and then it didn't happen and fell apart, every time that happened, we were like, oh, the fates or God or whomever wants us to rewrite it. We need to go
Yeah.
back and open the hood up and not be satisfied with the document where it is. And so throughout a decade or so of development, it was an evolving document, and yeah, now finally the world gets to see it, and I couldn't be more proud.
Yeah, and in the body of that 10 years, of course, you directed the Goon film, and now, of course, now you're directing this. So, how did you find yourself evolve as a director? Did it get easier for you?
Yeah, well, I don't know if I should say easier, but it definitely, I had my sea legs a bit earlier this time, just having gone A to Z through the process once before.
Yeah.
Um, the it also it is I cannot ask for a better first film.
Mm,
I was spoiled for riches with Goon Last of the Enforcers in terms of the resources, the caliber of performers, the amount of time we had, like everything, um, and it allowed me to make this film, which is at a much way less time, far fewer days, far fewer
yeah.
resources. But we all sort of like, we also edited Goon 2 for like 8 months and had to, there was like half a dozen character arcs in that movie. And we were like,
Yeah,
if
for
we can
sure.
sew this together to a point where it makes sense to an audience, the next movie, which has three characters, should ostensibly be simpler. It wasn't simpler, but we were definitely more comfortable. And so, yeah, you learn things, and you definitely learn where to put your stresses.
Absolutely. Now, some of this film was shot in and around Hamilton. How hard was it to find the creepiest place ever in Hamilton?
This feels like this feels like a loaded question. I'm not throwing Hamilton under the bus. I'll be honest. The scarier places are out in Haldeman County. Um, you know, uh, Hamilton. In fact, the only location in Hamilton is like our nice normal place. Our Hamilton is where our characters, our heroes, like hipster artsy loft is.
Well, that's
Um,
good.
Wait, yes. Yeah, I stuck the landing on that one.
You did.
No, the real creepy places are out in yeah, just like we were out in Bethany and Lindsay, and we found these sort of like forgotten gas stations and stuff, and
Yeah.
there's like, Canada's a big country, and North America is littered with failed businesses
Yeah.
and forgotten dreams and neighborhoods and stuff. And so that in itself is kind of the scariest. And so it
I
was
know.
just like, we didn't have to build anything, is the point.
Yeah. What was the first movie that scared the pants off of you?
Oh, wow. Great question. Actually, I'll say it was, yeah, it was Ghostbusters. That opening scene in Ghostbusters. I
How
was
old
like
were you when you saw that?
3 or 4.
Okay, then
And
I get it then. Okay.
and yeah, no, like, and then I ultimately, was laughing a few minutes later. But as a 4-year-old, the scene when the like librarian turns into a ghost and leaps at
Yeah.
the camera, yeah, that was a rough one for me.
Yeah. Well, listen, you've done a really good job with this. My goodness, I have to wrap it up very quickly. Did you need therapy after making this movie?
Long before and continue to. Long before and long after.
Jay, we miss you here in Toronto. Come visit us when you can, when this is all over. Love you to death, and best of luck with this. You're the
Thank
best. We
you.
love you.
Thank you
Thanks,
very
Jay.
much.
Thanks for your time.